Well, hi, this is Pete King, and I'm coming to you again with some useful information, this time about owning rental property. So what we want to talk about primarily, because we're saying beachfront, Perdido Key, Orange Beach area, is that you're likely going to have a short-term rental, somewhere between 3 and 7 days. And so here are some of the considerations I think that you should make before you purchase a condominium, or if you own a condominium, putting it into a rental pool. First thing you have to think about is personal use versus the amount of income you want to derive. Of course, the more personal use, the less income. But if you're going to use it personally, a significant amount of time, the first thing you should think about is what kind of condo should you buy. If you're just a couple, you could probably buy a smaller condo, maybe a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. But if you have lots of grandchildren or lots of friends you want to invite to the beach, a 4-bedroom, 4-bath might be the right ticket. Maybe there's a compromise and the 3-bedroom is the best way to go. So the first thing is choose a condo that suits your needs the best. Consider, are you a boater or are you more of a beach lover? Because we have, of course, both types of condominiums here on Perdido Key and across the Gulf Coast. The other thing I think you need to think about is this going to be more of a pure investment? Because if it is, the next thing we want to look at are the financial goals. You want to max out your rental income, or are you going to look for more of a appraised value, appreciation? Will it be going up to make your asset more valuable long term? The other thing that you probably want to know is, do you buy a younger condo or maybe even new construction with a little more risk to the reward but a great reward? Or do you want to get a known commodity, a condominium that's been around for a while? We know all the warts, we know all the good things, we also know how well it rents. There's a lot of really smart things to consider when you're buying an older condominium. It may be the best choice for you. Think about useful life and think about how long a condominium must be maintained as well. All these are considerations. Lastly, let's look at risk to reward. You need to understand, what are the market trends? Are rental incomes going up? Is occupancy going up, or has it leveled off, but the income level is still strong because rates are stronger? You need to think about weather events. Of course, along the Gulf Coast, we need to know the location of the condominium, even within the building, and how it might be affected by a weather event. So, of course, we're thinking insurance. What types of insurance should we have? What special coverage should we think about? And lastly, I think you need to think about your tax ramifications. If you are a full-time rental condo, then you're going to have better tax effects on your income, meaning your outside income, or even the income that you're deriving from the condo, than if you're just using it part-time. You need to know how much use can you get out of your condo if it's considered a full-time investment. So consider going to a professional tax advisor. That's what I would recommend. And now let's think of those other professionals. You probably want to think about a management firm. You can either go full-time management, or you might want to consider going VRBO, Airbnb, maybe a hybrid system that includes both, where you derive the new leads for the management group and then they manage the property for you, hand out the keys, make sure it's cleaned between renters. The other professional services you might consider is a full-time maintenance person. If you're managing it by yourself, you certainly need that. A linen service, so that you're not using up, wearing out your linens like beds and towels and so forth. And of course, a cleaning service. And the final consideration, get a good realtor. Get a realtor who can help you from the purchase all the way through to the management. And I hope I can be that person. So this is Pete King coming to you from Perdido Key. Thanks, and we'll talk again. So here are my 3 takeaways. First, when you buy a condominium, even if it's for income, please yourself first. you'll be using it more than anyone else. And if you please yourself, you will please your customers. Second, know the financials, especially the risks versus the rewards. And then third, consult the experts, especially consult your tax professional and, of course, your realtor.